Hi, I'm Jonathan Healey. I'm one of the historians at Oxford Lifelong Learning. I'm going to talk to you about an occasion, a Christmas festive occasion in 1653, and it involves Parliament and soldiers, so it's not very festive. Today, I think we like to give our MPs a little bit of a break at Christmas. They work very, very hard and they deserve it, but this hasn't always been the case, especially in the 1650s when Britain was a republic and Christmas had been officially cancelled. Now, there were three reasons that three things that the government wanted people to not be doing on Christmas in the 1650s. The first was going to church. They really didn't want that. The second was that they did want them to be going to work, doing their jobs as they should be. And the third thing was that they wanted them to stay out of the pub, stay out of the alehouse. Now, I think it's fair to say that they're pretty successful with the first of these. They managed to stop most people going to church on Christmas Day, but I think they were a bit less successful with the second and third. And one way we can test this is quite an interesting one, is we can look at Parliament, because unlike today, in the 1650s, Parliament was expected to sit on Christmas Day. And we know that in 1656, Parliament was sitting, lots of people were there. And one of the reasons we know that is that a very controversial piece of legislation was put forward on Christmas Day, and it was deliberately put forward on Christmas Day. The context is that summer in 1653, a very controversial policy had been implemented across the country. There had been soldiers put in the counties to manage county government. People really, really hated this, and it had cost money, so there had been a tax to support it, the so-called decimation tax. And by the end of the year, that tax needed to be renewed. And when best to do it than on Christmas Day, when the people who supported it knew that all the moderate MPs would be away eating their Christmas pies and having a bit of time with the family, and it would only be the real radicals in Parliament. So it was introduced on Christmas Day, and then it stopped. It disappeared. We don't know what happened. Someone stopped it, probably Lord Protector Oliver Cromwell himself, who didn't support the idea of the tax. And it disappeared. And it disappeared for 12 days, the 12 days of Christmas. And then on the 7th of January, the same bill reappeared again. And the significance of that is that all those moderates who'd been away celebrating Christmas, eating their Christmas pies, they were all back. And the bill to continue that tax was unsuccessful. It was voted down eventually. And the reason was that the Parliament was much more moderate. So what do we conclude from this? Well, Christmas in the 1650s was still celebrated, even by people who were very, very close to the centre of the regime. But also MPs, they really do deserve a break. So don't begrudge them their Christmas time off. It's better to allow them to do that than that they come up with lots of silly ideas like decimation taxes.